Hi there. So it's been a while since I last made a video. I've been dealing with a lot of stuff, whether it be with studies, my job, creative and business projects, even with my mental health, especially my mental health. Like, it's all been quite hectic to deal with at once, no pun intended, but I am in such a better headspace right now. I'm in a better position than I was previously. Um, I'm a lot happier than I was before, basically. Anyway, I wanted to talk about something that's been on my mind for quite some time now, and I'll admit I do regret not talking about it sooner because even now it still really bothers me that not many people are speaking about this. I'm pretty sure some of you may remember the name Aline Dessine. Sorry if I'm butchering that name. I really don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah, she did something quite recently that is very reminiscent of Amberlynn Reid's behaviour, and it's making me look at her video in a much different light now. In a video about Amberlynn's worst moments, Mr. Snowflake revealed that Aline actually tried to get in contact with him. And at first it started, relatively peaceful, but things apparently took a very weird turn.
I can't remember if I mentioned this or not. I think I must have done at some point in a video, but the person who made that Amber documentary, forgot her name now, Dessine? Can't remember. You'll know who it is. Anyway, she messaged me 6, 7, 8 times, some are daft. I think most were fairly nice. Maybe all were fairly nice. But I just got weird vibes, so I didn't.
Now, immediately my mind went to how Amberlynn wouldn't stop messaging Zachary Michael on Instagram, and it got to the point where Zach had to make a video addressing it.
I got it. I know that there's some people that don't want me to interact with Amberlynn, don't want me to DM with Amberlynn, people who think I'm manipulated by Amberlynn, people who think that she's trying to do all kinds of stuff. And I don't disagree that she's trying to, sway me, okay? And you can definitely see that she thinks she's doing something in these DMs. But just know that, my continued philosophy is just I'm gonna share with y'all what she says to me and what my response was and be as transparent as possible as I can be with that. Lots of people want me to block her and this, that, the other. I just don't think that's necessary. I don't feel like it is. And if you disagree with that, I totally respect it. And also for now, maybe my opinion will change on that in the future, but for now, that's how I'm approaching this. So anyways, let me just let you know a little bit about what was going on with Miss Ma'am. And just for ease, I'm actually just gonna screen record our DMs so that it's easier to edit. So as you can see, yesterday at about 4 p.m. my time, she sent me a link to the live stream of Jordy's in question, and she says, Walnut contacts Jordy in this. And when I saw it, I actually saw it pop up right as I was getting out of the shower. I got out of the shower, looked at my phone, saw the DM pick up. So I took a second to finish up my shower business and then responded and said, 1, what are the things that matter most in your life? Why are you DMing me when you're supposed to be not giving time to reaction channels in 2025? 2, I already have this in a pinned comment on my video, which I absolutely did. And then 3, if you wanted people to see it so bad, you could have included it in the video, like you took the time to include the clips from Libby's channel, which really, truly, I'm like, why wouldn't you just include that to begin with? It doesn't make a lick of goddamn sense to me. You want people to see the full picture? Don't send it to me in a DM. Put it in your fucking video. You want to talk about facts, not feelings? Share the facts, diva. Share the facts. But what we're not going to do is come to my DMs to sit here and try to get me to be the person responsible for proving your point, because I'm not. Now, I already did include that because I do want my audience to be as informed as possible. Okay? But I'm not going to do it just because because you slip into my DMs. But anyways, it doesn't end there, okay? She says, "You're right. Just wanted to show you in case you didn't see it. Talking about this was important to me since it has left me violated, but my videos are way behind. But since then, I've chosen to no longer discuss anything involving this whole situation in my content any longer." Which is fascinating because how many things has she said that about recently? She said it about Alexis. She said it about reaction channels. She said it about negative comments in her videos. So like... Please know that there's a very good chance that this isn't the last we hear of her talking about this situation, especially because it seems like she's gonna go live today and probably have a whole ton of questions about this new account that's popped up that allegedly belongs to Tommy Salami. Anyways, she said, "Proving my innocence and talking about my experience has only frustrated people, unfortunately. Have a good day, Zach. I truly do mean that." And her saying that part about have a good day and I truly do mean that, like, I don't know, maybe she does, but it's really hard to feel that way considering, you know, our most recent online interaction. And so I told her, I responded, and I actually really do mean this, but I was also trying to be snarky, just for the record, just in case you missed that subtlety in the text. But I say, go talk to a licensed therapist about it. I truly do mean that. And she said, "I know you do. I have a consultation scheduled, and it's next week. Nervous but hopeful." Girl, we need to fast forward. We need to fast forward. We need to get on that, diva. You need to make it happen. I mean, it sounds like maybe she is. Anyways, that honestly only thing in this message that I'm like, okay, we're making progress. But of course, also, you're not going to hear about that in her videos until like a week from now, so don't get too excited. Anyways, I was still typing while she typed that, because I am that kind of texter that like texts a whole bunch of separate messages all at once and sends them each as an individual text, even though I could just send them all in once. But anyways, I said, "You literally just spent almost an entire video saying you felt verbally abused by me, and now you're in my DMs trying to defend yourself. It really doesn't make any sense. You said I don't make you feel safe on the internet, girl." And she said, "I hate to use the word triggered because it's overused, but yes, it triggered me the way you responded. I don't want to say why because it'll just be another sob story of mine, but regardless, I'm over being upset about it because my mental health has been horrible lately. And if someone would come at me with the attitude of assuming I was exaggerating my mental health when I wasn't, I probably would have responded in the same way you did in that moment." Wow, that is such a change of tune. That's such a change of tune, because in your video where you took the time to sit there and call me verbally abusive and talk about me making you not feel safe on the internet, this, that, the other, you made it seem like you didn't do anything wrong. You made it seem like you didn't do a single thing that would have warranted me being upset. You made it seem like I was really out of line for being upset about what you said. So that's interesting. And you know what else is kind of fucked up? And the reason that I do want to put this on the internet, because what are the chances that you're going to come out in a video and say this to your audience? What are the chances that you're going to put this message out for the people that watch you just on your channel? Because there were a number of people in my comments that said, "I'm so glad I saw your video, Zach, because I was kind of like agreeing with what Amberlynn was saying until I went and saw your side of the story." So are you going to put out this message for the people on your channel that you made feel like I was out of line? Are you going to acknowledge any of that? I'm just curious. Or are you just gonna do that in my DMs because you think that I can do something for you? You think that I can come to your defense on the internet because you want me to behave in some kind of way? Like, what's the tea, Amberlynn? What's the tea? And I said, spend less time on Instagram in your DMs and focus on that therapy appointment. And don't DM me expecting a friendly response in the future. I hope you have the day you deserve. And she said, you too.
It also reminds me of how Amber thought it would be a good idea to go full mask off in regards to how she felt about Mr. Snowflake, making some incredibly bizarre claims, all of which contradict one another. I mean, that's just typical Amber for you.
Snowflake assaults Amber. Okay, right. Amber says, Snowflake constantly comments on my body. Effing sexually harasses me. Knowing, oh, she says knowing, I don't know what she was going to say there, and then says, actually, we're not even going to get into that. So I'm not sure what she was going to say there. Anyway, she says, Snowflake sexually harasses me. Now, as we know, Amber uses the term harassed, and assaulted the same. She told us she uses them as the same thing.
I consider harassment as an assault.
So according to Amber's own logic, I have now sexually assaulted, now I thought I'd say this on YouTube, I have now sexually assaulted Amberlynn Reid, 500-600 pound woman, who I've never been in the same room with, but now I have sexually assaulted her. She also goes on to say, no, Mr. Snowflake definitely sexually harasses me. 100% actually. Saying that I want him. And saying things about my body. That's not okay. He sexualizes me quite frequently, actually. So what Amber's referring to, Amber's referring to there is when she's on camera and she's shoveling food in her mouth and she's pretending she doesn't know how to cut food up. Oh, is there an easier way to eat this cauliflower? And she has the biggest bites ever because she knows that's what the feeder's like.
Is there a dainty way you can eat green beans? Because I don't think there is.
She's catering her content for feeders. It's what Dalton liked. It's what Emily liked. And I pretend, when I do the reactions to it, I pretend that I'm also a feeder and that I'm into it as well. So when she's shoveling food in, I'm like, nice, that's real nice. Stuff like that. So that's what she's referring to. How am I even here? How did we get here? Anyway, so that's what she's referring to. Now, usually when I make one of those jokes, when she's shoveling food in her face, and I'm like, God, that's hot. I'll follow it like 10 seconds later with like being shocked at what she's done to her own body. It is shocking and appalling, and it's disgusting what she's done to her own body. Usually, well, all the time, the joke is followed by, Jesus, Amber.
Run super short, and it can be like this.
What's this little bit of playful flirting? Watch.
Run super
Nice.
short.
Did you like that? You want to watch it again? Me too. Sorry. Was I just sick of me mouth? But Amber didn't mention that bit. She didn't mention the fact that I am genuinely disgusted by what she's done to herself. She just left in, oh yeah, he sexualizes me. He finds me attractive. I can't believe that body's ridiculous. I can't believe she's alive. And that's not fatphobic. That's just amazed at the human body. Amber, I'm amazed at your body. I said it. Happy now? Another man wants you. Are you happy now? Me and Dalton. But I couldn't be less attracted to Amber if she wiped her ass on the corner of a sink. Oh wait, you do that. You do. She does do that. No, there's no, like, I'm not trying to be mean. Like, I'm not attracted to Amber in the slightest. In my last silly reaction I did, I think I was also joking about how I'm part of the fart community.
This is what it looks like. It has like a little frilly on the bottom. And as
You just fart there. Is there a fart community? There must be. Me acting like I don't know. There must be. Fart community? Here we go. Joking about it. I love it. Salah's my number 2 guy. I was joking about being a part of the fart community. I'm not into the feeder stuff. I'm also not into the fart stuff as well. But yeah, Amber didn't mention that, the fact that I'm disgusted by, well, when she pops up on screen, she just left in that I'm hot for her. What else? Oh yeah, she also goes on to say, it is a big accusation because he is a man. Every time she discusses this type of stuff, she always has the theme of men can't be essayed or harassed. That's a bizarre one. Anyway, she says, he is a man watching me literally try on clothing, saying that I was showing my butt just strictly for him. I can't remember doing that, but if Amber said it, it must be true. I remember her clearly trying on, what's it this? What size is this? She was trying on something and she lifted it. So I must have made a joke like, oh, that's for me, or that's for Dalton, or that's for Emily, that's for feeders. There must have been a joke there somewhere. She says, imagine working in a workplace and say your sweater goes up a little bit, and someone you're working with goes, ooh, showing your butt just for me? And it's like a man or something. A man or something, okay. You would be so uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable. I'm allowed to be uncomfortable. Like, do not tell me I'm not allowed to be uncomfortable. Don't tell me that. I'm allowed to feel that way, point blank, period. First of all, I thought she only watched Zachary Michael, but the stuff she was describing here, and other stuff in the video, in her live stream, it's clear she's watched, I think, everything I've ever done. And not just me, she'll be watching everybody else as well. But yeah, the whole I only watch Zachary Michael is nonsense. And I don't believe the whole people send me clips and that's how I see things. Because people send me clips. And almost all the time I go, not watching that. I have no interest in that. I mean, I say it to them a bit nicer than that. Don't send me that. But it's up to her if she chooses to watch it or not. But when Amber's talking about she's uncomfortable, don't tell me I can't be uncomfortable, all that stuff, Amber doesn't really believe that I'm attracted to her and I'm into her. She doesn't really believe that. She was trying to make out that's what was happening in her life. I don't know why. Anyway, she also says, bingo, out of every single reaction channel that I've ever seen since the beginning of time, I thought you're only 34, how old are you? I'm afraid of him. Like, he's the last one that I would be in a room with alone. And then ever since he heard about, like, oh yeah, she says like an awful lot of this, like the whole Dalton story, he's constantly saying things like, oh, Amberlynn likes Dalton and me. Like, like, it makes me uncomfortable, and I'm allowed to feel that way. Can't stress enough, again, I don't find Amber attractive in the slightest. And that's not, I'm not trying to be mean, but her personality, the lies, her look, especially the wiping the arse thing on the corner of a sink, like, she seems to really, really, really like my look, which we'll get to, is it next? Yes, next. Oh my god. Right, here we go. Snowflake is sexy. If it isn't ridiculous enough that Amber made out that, I would try and assault her if we were in the same room. If you've seen the live, that's exactly what it came across as. As if that wasn't ridiculous enough, saying, he makes me feel unsafe, I wouldn't want to be left in a room alone with him. As if that wasn't mad enough. Like, in the very next sentence or whatever it was, she would be saying, well, he's sexy. Eh? And she didn't just say it once, she said it an awful lot, and in every way. He's sexy, he's attractive, he's hot, he's good looking. Like, said it that many times, I was like, what's happening? If you're genuinely afraid of somebody or somebody's making you feel uncomfortable, I think he's going to attack me. Well, I wouldn't. If I was afraid someone was going to attack me, I wouldn't, in the next sentence, then give them loads of compliments going, it's sexy though. Very bizarre. I'm really sexy, honestly. If you've seen it, you know how many times she mentioned it. I don't know if that's her trying to butter me up. I don't know what that was, but it made me uncomfortable. Oh no. Now I've been sexually assaulted. Jesus. I didn't feel like I was being harassed. It just felt, I don't know. Like, there's an admitted abuser, because she admitted to abusing Beck. She's admitted to that now. So having an admitted abuser said so many times in such a short space of time, he's sexy, he's hot, he's attractive. I don't know, it just made me feel, I didn't feel like I was being harassed or assaulted or rain and petalled, but I just felt, I don't want this person having any nice thoughts.
Now, I want to address this next part directly to Aline because, like Amber Lynn, she's been shown to have this tendency of scouring the internet for what people might be saying about her. I actually had my own experience with that. I made a admittedly not very kind community post about her. I mean, it wasn't like I was like cussing her out or anything like that. I wasn't being like extremely nasty, but the fact that she even noticed what I'd said, despite the fact that I don't even have 1,000 subs yet, and acted as if what I said about her didn't have any merit to it whatsoever, is, again, no pun intended, kind of crazy work. Like, girl, I'm far from being the only person who's been critical of you, and I'm pretty sure they have way bigger platforms than I do, but you decide to go after me of all people. Anyway, here are some questions I have for you, and if you want, feel free to pause to read them. They are a little bit long, but I would appreciate it if you could answer them as honestly as possible. Thank you. Anyway, with that all being said, I really do appreciate you guys for watching this video. Again, I know it's been a while since I last made one. I've been going through a lot of much needed life changes, as mentioned at the beginning of this video. I know it's all been worth it, and it will continue to be worth it. But I would like to make some more videos again. I know I've mostly been active in like community posts and comments of other people's channels and stuff, and even on other socials. But I do want to make videos at some point, but I just don't know when. I will try to find as much free time as possible once I'm able to get certain stuff out the way. As long as I'm able to do that, I'll be able to do things more frequently. But I really do appreciate the patience that you guys have been having with me. But yeah, I hope you're able to have a really good day or evening wherever you are. And I'll see you next time. Bye.